Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's get started on days story 9 and 10 in my December daily. So on the back side, if you watched the last video, I did my advent calendar, so it's not completely done. I was mentioning there that I need to add a few more pictures through the month as I drink more of the coffees in there, and then I'm going to add the list of all 24 copies that came in the thing, so it's a typed out piece of journaling that'll stick here. So for the video, you saw this. And this was a classic element from Ali Edwards herself. And the only thing I wish, this is slightly tilted. It's slight, but I just noticed it and it's driving me nuts. So I'm marking on the back side of this. So for story 9, we're talking about our tradition of matching Christmas jammies. So I already have these printed. I feel like there's going to be some trimming down, and I'm going to use one of these 2 4x4 pockets. So I chose this journaling card from the kit. I did print another photo in a square, and then there was actually, in order to get all these kind of fun ones, you know, you have to take like 200 in order to get like 10 good ones. So that's what happened. So I have these 2x2s ready to go for here, even though I might maybe X-nay one of them just to add another decorative bit. And then actually, since I do have this one, I think because it came up in a memory, I'm going to make a flip memory of 6 years ago before I had Valentina. We've done this every year. So it was, they were actually the red and black checkered buffalo pajamas with me, my mom, and my sister. And that was it because I didn't have Vale yet. It was 6 years ago. And I feel like I want to add it as a flip element to show that we've been doing this tradition for a long time. And actually, I might actually make a flip here too, because I think I have a lot more journaling writing to do than here. So, well, actually, you know, with these page protectors, the flip is, the joint is over here. So it would have to be flipping this way. I have to keep that in mind. So let's put this together. It's fairly simple. I do think I'm going to cut these down and add a border though. We're going to cut these out and see if I make one other decorative element and see how those flips work with it being on a side joint. So let's get started. So overall, I feel like this layout was fairly simple. So I put it on super fast forward so you don't have to really see all the trimming. But in essence, I had 4 3x4 photos that I cut down to fit a little slightly smaller. That way I can add this white border on just simple copy paper. I just felt it helped the photos pop against the busier background. And then I went ahead and tried to do that hinge for the right side of that 4x4 card. And you can see here doing it. I had to use a little bit of washi tape. In the end, I just disliked it, so when we come back, you'll see what I finished doing. It's just keeping them in the pockets and making the 4 3x4s all flips with the pictures from last year. The hinge on the right side just did not work for me. So here I am just kind of getting through it. I did type up my journaling, and I just made those 2, just slipped in the pocket cards. And then here is where I've added more journaling, and then those photos that came up in my Facebook memories from 6 years ago. So we were obviously younger, kid-free, and skinnier, and my parents were living in a different house at the time too, because they have since moved to my coast. This was in Sarasota, and now they live over here in West Palm Beach. So it's nice to just kind of show, and that's what a little bit more of my journaling is about, that this tradition, hopefully we can keep up through the years. And I've been doing it before I became a mom, and it's even more special when you're a mom because you just want your kids to look like you as well. And so it's just a fun tradition. So I love the way this came out. Like I said, fairly simple. And then with the pocket page, the 2x2s, I did make one element decorative with a buffalo red and black check with the chipboard 9 from the Ali Edwards kit, and a poinsettia die cut will finish off that layout. Okay, let's move on to story number 10. I just finished up 9, which was on the back side using this page protector. And so on this flip side, I still want to utilize these cards. So around the tree is perfect to start, actually, because I haven't shared a story about, you know, decorating the tree here or the house and what the decorations look like. So we have this full page photo, which once again, just like my Santa one, I printed a little bit more yellow, but don't get me wrong, there is a lot of gold in my tree, so I can't be really too mad at it. But initially I also had this pulled from the, was it Numbers scrapbooking kit. I just don't think it's going to be utilized this time, so I'll save this. But I also had, or I saw an idea using the nested circles and the one, and someone had it like kind of interact with the edge of the page, which I really did like. So I did save the 1 and the 0, because otherwise I wouldn't really have a not to say like a use for it, or even it could fit right in here as well and interact with the edge, which would be lovely as well. And then have 4 little photos, which I'll kind of scroll through my phone because I know I have of all the extra decor in my house for the holiday season. I'll figure out 4 photos for here. Let's get started. I had every thought that I was going to do this stitching on this page, and I do kind of go about just to the point of cutting the floss and making it the 3 strands like Allie Edwards did in her project. But in the end, I think I just scrapped it because, not to say I'm behind, but in essence I'm behind, and I just feel like if I have to now go ahead and stitch on this page, it will deter me from adhering it to the next page and continuing on. So while I did like the idea, I think I'll save it for maybe one of my story kits or another layout in my story album with the family where I'll add some of that cool threading idea. But for this layout, like I edited it out in my intro about like adding the floss and embroidery thread, and having a nice textured look on my tree. But I just haven't gotten the time, and since filming this, I have done like, days 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and like this page is still not adhered because I'm still waiting to floss and do the threading. I'm not doing the threading. We're just gonna stick it onto the back of the next page and carry on. But I do add decking the halls to the top left corner of my photo here. Okay, let's wrap up stories 9 and 10 for my December daily. So these pretty much became flip ups. There's more journaling. This one is not, and this one is as well, with 2 more photos over there. It was a little bit different than I initially had thought, but I love the way it turned out. Then here on this side, I'm just holding off on adhering it because I do want it outside the page protector. And so just for me to take photographs first, I just want to keep it loose so that I can have no glare on the photos. And then this will be attached right there for story number 9. For story 10, similarly as well, I did my journaling. I did type it up and put it in there. And just for the sake of taking pictures once I'm done filming this, this will be outside the page protectors. I just don't want to adhere it yet so I can put it on top of without the glare. So that's how that will sit here for number 10. And then the few photos I did find are outside inflatables, the beautiful Amaryllis I have from Trader Joe's, nutcrackers and twinkle around, and then my daughter's Santa bed that she just absolutely loves. And then Deck the Halls was put over here, and that finishes off story number 10. As always, thank you for joining me. Please subscribe if you haven't done so, and give this video a thumbs up. Till next time, bye!